Hey, what's up guys? FirehousePlay here. I'm back and I'm going to be doing some gameplay review for Clash Royale. Today we're going to start focusing on the new upgrades to some of the cards, particularly the poison one. I've been playing around and testing a lot of decks, and so I've been going up and down the trophy ladder, but I have found the poison is amazing. If you haven't tried the poison, try it out. We're going to go over a couple games I have here, and you're going to really see how powerful, if played well, the poison spell is. So, in this battle, we both came out aggressive. Basically, we both waited till both our elixir bars were maxed out, and we just went. He went for my left lane, I went to my right lane. Interesting thing here to notice, we pretty much drop off the same troops. The only difference is I dropped off a bomber tower, which is huge. Now, he dropped off a cannon, but he dropped it off too late, which allowed my prince to get to his tower. So if you notice right here, his tower is down to about 600 health. My tower is at 1800, so that's huge. So now at this point, I know that we have pretty much the same elixir bar. So I'm going to wait till mine's maxes out. And I was kind of surprised because he attacked a little early. I wasn't expecting him to drop a giant. And then I saw him drop a loon. Thankfully, I had the perfect troops to counter that, and this is why I love Minion Horde, because you can just take down a lot of air, and even though it's countered by the arrows, but the downside is this, he just uses arrows, so I drop down my princess on the other side, and I take out his tower. So these are the kind of things that you really want to keep in mind, especially if you use cards like the princess and things of that sort, because if the other person uses the arrows, you know that you can use your princess without a lot of issues. So right now, his tower is already down. I feel really confident. Both my towers are at least 18, basically close to 2,000 health. And I haven't even really used my poison spell yet. So I dropped out my poison spell. So I'm just going to let that tower tick away. This is why I really like that poison spell, because it really does a good amount of damage to troops and towers. So here, he's coming in with a decent push, a giant and a wizard, but luckily enough, I had the right cards in place. I had a bomb tower and a prince. And right here, I'm not too worried about the giant beating down on my tower, because I knew he wasn't going to be strong enough to take it down, and I was waiting for enough elixir for my minion horde. Here again, he uses arrows, so what do? I drop my princess. I was only able to get a couple shots off, but that's okay. And now, here's the odd thing. Now he starts to use his poison, but here's where he screwed up. He hit my king tower. He shouldn't have done that, because now my king tower is activated. That's another one of those staples of the game, is you don't want to hit the king tower if you don't have to, because you don't want him activated. So pretty much at this point, the game's over. I have the cards I need on defense to be very confident that he's not going to be able to take out any of my towers. And you know, he had like less than 50 health on his left tower, so I knew I was going to take that out. I think my opponent would have played better if he used his poison card earlier and more often, but this just goes to show you how powerful that poison spell is. Alright, so let's jump into another game here. This was a pretty good game, very aggressive. I start out, this guy loves to use icons, and some people are sensitive about that. I'm really not. You know, grow some thicker skin. So I start off really aggressive with a knight and a minion horde. Now, as soon as I saw him drop that golem, I knew I was probably going to lose my left tower. So it was important for me to be able to take out his right tower, which I was able to, which is fantastic. Again, that poison spell is awesome. I took out his tower in less than 30 seconds. But I know, because he dropped down a golem, he's going to come over and he's going to counter really hard. So I did everything I could. I dropped down my bomb tower, and you know, I tried. You know, there really isn't much you can do when you see a golem, a prince, and a princess. You're pretty much screwed. So I expected my left tower to be gone, which was perfectly fine. You know, I basically, it's a tower for a tower. So now my main focus right now is to get his left tower down. I'm not worried about my king. My whole goal right now is, I'm already thinking about strategies. How do I take out his left tower as fast as possible? He drops down an Inferno, which I hate going up against those, because they can attack land and air. So at this point, we're just gonna wait. Max Elixir, going to drop a Prince, Minion Horde, try to take out that tower, and as soon as he tosses out his arrows, guess what? I'm gonna drop my Princess. So I drop my Princess down. It's good timing. And I was hoping to be able to take out this tower, but unfortunately he was smart enough to drop off a couple goblins. But not to worry, again, I have a poison spell. So poison spells is doing work, and I dropped out a couple spear golems. And guess what? Spear golems are amazing. Boom, his tower is down. So now all I have to do is I'm focusing on one thing and one thing only, defense. 60 seconds left. He has 2 elixir pumps, which you know, you really have to take that into consideration. So at this point, I'm really focused on trying to get out all my high damaging cards out. I have my Bomber Tower, both my Princes, and my Poison Spell available. So for me, I was really fortunate to have those 4 cards right there. And I was able to stop his really strong push. And as you can tell, that Poison Spell is doing a lot of damage. I mean, if you really look, you can even go back and look at how much damage that Poison Spell is doing. And if I didn't have that, to be honest, I probably would not have won this game. The odd thing is this, he puts down his Poison Spell really late in the game, and I don't know why. You know, if he had used his Poison Spell earlier, this would be a much closer match. And here again, he drops down a Goblin and Prince, but obviously at this point, the game's already over. And that's just another match where I really feel that that Poison Spell came into play very well for me. Alright, so for the third and final battle, this was a good match. We start off, he drops off an Elixir Pump, so I counter with my standard Knight and Minion Horde attack on his right tower. He doesn't have many options, so he drops a mini P.E.K.K.A, which was a bad idea. He also tries to freeze, but he does a bad job of it. So some of my minions are still alive, and so I just drop a Princess as well. And with that in mind, I take down his right tower in less than 35 seconds. So for me, that was a great opening, obviously. Anytime that you can take an opponent's tower down and within the first 60 seconds, you're doing a pretty good job. But you know, when you're facing an opponent that has elixir pumps, you have to assume that they're going to have a big push at the end. So keep that in mind. Make sure you have enough elixir, you know, in your bar to counter when that big push comes. So at this point, he drops off another elixir pump and a Valkyrie. So I poison his left tower, and at the same time, I'm able to destroy his first elixir pump. You know, did have any issues with the Valkyrie, and now I'm just going to try to just slowly tick away at his left tower, because I'm always going to assume that he may be able to get at least one of mine, so I want to make sure that I get both of his towers. So right now we're just sitting back, not doing anything. He drops off an Inferno Tower and a Hog Rider, so I drop off my Bomb Tower. He does a nice job of dropping his freeze there. However, I have a Prince in waiting, so his counter didn't help. He drops off a mini P.E.K.K.A, which did a little bit of damage, but again, I have my Minion Horde. He is going to get rid of my Minion Horde. However, at this point, if you look at the score, I mean, I'm pretty much going to win. I'm in a good spot. As long as I play smart defense, I'm good to go. Right here, as you notice, I was in a little bit of danger. He froze all my troops and my right tower, but I wasn't going to drop another troop down there because I really wanted to drop off that bomb tower. So I sort of made a calculated risk. I knew he wasn't going to be able to take out my right tower, but I really wanted to drop off the bomb tower, so I didn't want to waste any elixir. You know, those are some of the decisions I feel that really helped me win this game. And again, this is the game's basically over. I drop off another poison spell, and so this is basically game over. I 3-crowned this guy, which is surprising to me, but I think he kind of gave up at the end. I think my fast start really kind of put him on the back. Anyways, so this is a quick video about the poison spell. Again, if you haven't used it yet, take a look at it. I think it's extremely effective. If you look at TV Royale, you'll notice a lot of folks are using it now. So it's going to be extremely effective. If anything, I would not be surprised if they nerfed it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.